All right. Good morning, family. Give it a few minutes here. A few seconds, not minutes. I appreciate y'all being here, folks. And you are pretty much like family at this point. Let me get the slow chat on here. I'm used to doing this in the mornings. I look forward to it. I really do. I just got to make sure we're 5 by 5 and we'll get started. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Let's see really quickly. Susie Smith, welcome to the Coffee Club, ma'am. And Sarah Barra, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Thank you and welcome to the Coffee Club. So, Cogito was the first one up in here on this fantastic Friday this morning. Who all's here? Let's see. USA Prepping, what's up? WM, Digna, Reckless Reese, Irish Prepper, good morning. Kelly Rudolph. MD Prepper Dad, Dragon Lady, good morning. Ink Scars, Alicia Robinson, Joan T, need to get my eyes checked, Glenn Potter, Peggy, how you doing, Handy Prepper. So good morning, everybody. We're going to have some fun this morning with Joe's Legacy, but before we get started on that, let me just say first, I don't know if you can see it up here, it's on the very top. That is the hat I was talking about yesterday. Thank you, Patriots Pride. You're actually the one that sent that hat to me. I posted a picture of myself yesterday wearing the hat over for the coffee club, and people hate it. They were laughing. They said, oh, it looks like a pirate hat, or it looks too feminine. So I'm not going to be wearing the hat, but I do want to display it back here. Oh, yes, that's right. Patriots Pride is in the chat. Thank you for the hat. But yeah, it was getting clowned. Looks like a woman's hat, apparently. So it's going to be displayed from now on back here. I made room for it. But we'll do something else today if we hit 1,000 in chat at one time, okay? I'm prepared. So in 1944, Americans were storming the beach. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Normandy, etc. And D-Day, right? And they were draped in camouflage, and they had a rifle in one hand and a Bible in the other hand, basically. And they were being shot at and everything. Well, in 2020, Americans were storming the malls. You know, they were storming maybe Miami Beach in Florida, South Beach, etc. And they were draped in pajamas. And they were carrying fish sticks in one hand, and they were carrying a stimulus check in the other hand. Okay, what am I talking about? The cost of the pandemic. So there's a human cost, and I'm not discounting the human cost. It has been huge, okay? But we're talking about the actual physical cost this morning, the financial cost, if you will. So it came to light yesterday, and I wrote it down so I would get the numbers correct. This comes through the office of West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, which is why we have the poll on here this morning, including if you factor in inflation, okay? It took us $5 trillion to win World War II, the Americans, to basically save the world, as his office put it. And also this factors in the Marshall Plan, which helped to rebuild Europe. Okay, so after the destruction was over, we went in, we helped to fund the rebuilding effort, okay? So, $5 trillion. Congress, since the beginning of the pandemic, has already paid out $5.9 trillion in social help programs and things of this nature. It has already cost us, in the 2 years of the pandemic, more than it cost us to win World War II and rebuild Europe. Let that sink in for a second. I saw this number and I said, wow. I knew that we were printing off free money. I knew that we were handing it out to everybody. There's no incentive to work anymore. We all know that. But I didn't realize it was enough to actually win World War II. Look at all the history books on World War II. Look at all of the pop culture at this point when it comes to World War II. It was a huge point in human history and American history, obviously. But nobody's talking about the money that's being spent when it comes to the pandemic. We've just been handing, this stuff out blindly. So yesterday, finally, Joe Manchin says enough's enough. For a while now, he and a couple of other senators have basically, they've been the deal breakers for the stuff that Biden is trying to rush through. He said enough's enough. We've given out enough free money. So those that don't know, Nancy Pelosi, she wants to give paid time off to the unemployed.